and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for a full Barça news roundup, an update right now on what is happening at the club. And of course, at the forefront of all of that is Ilkay Gunodgan and that whole situation. We're going to be talking more about that today, more about the board, and also about these Rafael Leao rumours. There's lots for us to discuss, and plenty of honesty that needs to be had again. So sit back, relax if you can, and let's do this. But I want to kick off, first of all, guys, by saying a big thank you here to the super thanks donations coming in on the channel. Somebody here using the Manscaped discount code. Thank you very much. They're glad that you made a saving. And a few claims here that maybe I should start doing live streams on the channel. It's not the first time that's been suggested, and it is something I have strongly considered over the years, but as of yet, still have not got around to doing it. But thank you there, guys, for the great suggestions and the support. And I also want to show you here some new photos today released by the club of the brand new Spotify Camp Nou, what it will look like in the end. This is not it right now. Of course, we're still aiming to be hopefully back at home by December. I really do hope the club are going to stick to that date, but this right here is what the stadium will look like when it's finished. And again, it looks absolutely incredible there. So excited for it all to be done, for it all to be finished there. I think we really have missed, and we will still continue to miss our home stadium, but really good to see the renovations continuing as scheduled. And also today we welcome back Fermin Lopez to training there. Great to see him back in training there with the rest of the squad, building up to this weekend's big game, of course, against Athletic Club, and we will need Fermin to have an impact in that game, I am sure. But I also want to talk to you today, guys, again about Vitor Roque. Yesterday we spoke there about the interest from Sporting in Portugal. They were in talks with Barça over a €30 million deal. Barça were hoping to recoup the money that they paid out for Vitor Roque there to ensure that maybe no losses would happen, but that may not be happening at all now, because Real Betis have really emerged over the past 24 hours. Their executives from Betis actually arrived in Barcelona yesterday evening. They presented their proposal to Barça in a meeting that included Roque's agent and his father, and more talks have taken place today with Deco at the club. And it's believed there that Betis, though, they only want a simple loan deal at this stage. That is what they brought to the table right now. They want to take Roque on loan for the coming season. They want to give him good minutes in La Liga, and there'll be no buy option or no obligation. They're not really interested here in a long-term deal for Roque as of right now, and then effectively he would return to Barça. And I just think right now, guys, looking at the situation, of course, that we're in, looking at the fact that Lewandowski not getting any younger, I just don't know why we're so quick here to want to give up on Roque. You know, I think we could send him out on loan to Real Betis. It could be a really good club for him. We could see him regularly in La Liga. And we can't forget that in Brazil, this was an insanely talented striker. He was a very, very highly sought after young player coming out from Brazil there. And I just think, why not give him that opportunity to go out on loan here in the same league at a good club like Real Betis, play some good football, and maybe we might not have to be shopping around in the near future, going out and spending massive, massive money on another number 9 when we have already signed one for big money here. Why not give him an actual opportunity? But then we gotta talk about Ilkay Gunodgan, of course. So much happening right now, so much surrounding his future. Now, right now, guys, it looks almost certain that Gundogan will leave Barça, that he will actually go of his own accord. Of course, he's got to accept it there, and apparently he's just become far too aware of the fact that Barça don't really want him. Now, the feeling right now is that this does not come from Hansi Flick. Apparently, Flick would welcome Gundogan in his squad. Even at the weekend, he said, I've spoken with him, and I actually think that he'll stay this summer. This literally comes from the board at Barcelona. They do not want Gundogan. They want to remove his wages off the wage bill. Like I say, that contract they gave him 12 months ago, only 12 months ago, and yet they don't like it. They don't like the deal they've effectively handed to him. Now, what's happening right now is that Man City, they actually really want Gundogan back. They would love to have him back at the club again, and they are in talks there with Gundogan's agent. But here's the thing, guys. This would be, it's looking like, a free transfer. It looks as though Barca this summer, they're not going to try and raise cash from Gundogan. They're not going to take advantage of the fact that they can get some money in for him. It is literally about wages, about FFP, and they are willing to give him away for absolutely nothing. Now, if it is Man City, Barca may try to do something there with João Cancelo. They might try and sort of work the deal in a way that can be to their advantage, given that Gundogan could be going the other way. But what we're hearing right now is that Man City, they would not accept a swap deal. They are not willing here to swap Gundogan for Cancelo. So Barca still going to have to work hard on that Cancelo deal. And I imagine that is probably because Man City are not really a fan of just giving their players away. They're not really singing from the same hymn sheet maybe as we are, whereas we do like giving our players away. We like giving everyone away for less than they are worth. But here's the thing, guys, because it's actually maybe a little bit deeper than that with Gundogan at Barca. Maybe not just about the wages here, because what we're hearing in the media right now is that Barca, and particularly the dressing room there, became quite disconnected with Gundogan because of his words last season. And has this contributed at all to his exit from the club there? Of course, he spoke out after the defeat to PSG. He had words, of course, with Araujo after the mistake that he made in that game. And also, don't forget as well, Gundogan spoke very publicly, very outspoken he was, after the defeat to Real Madrid in El Clasico. He said back then the dressing room he felt should be more angry, more disappointed than they actually were, and that he expected more of a reaction at a club like Barca. Now, ever since those words after the Clasico, the media, for me, they've started to turn on Gundogan. They have been looking for every opportunity to move against him, and that would be my concern right now, guys. If a player cannot speak honestly, and particularly when a player cannot speak about high standards and about expecting and demanding more from the club and wanting us to be back at the very, very top. We don't want a dressing room here of yes men, of players there who are willing to just accept whatever comes their way. They're happy to accept mediocrity. You need people at the club who demand more, who demand the absolute best. And I believe, guys, looking further here, even away from Gundogan, it's something that's worried me at the club ever since Xavi's departure. Because, by the way, I'm somebody here on the channel that, you know, wanted change this summer. I believe that we desperately needed Hansi Flick's arrival, that he will indeed change us for the better, and that he will do a very, very good job here. But as it turns out, the board's best decision this summer, to hire Hansi Flick as Barcelona coach, that was a decision, by the way, almost made by accident. Because they never even planned to bring Flick in until Xavi's famous press conference. And this is where the concern lies for me, because it's unbelievable, I feel, that Xavi wasn't let go because of the football that we've been seeing, the lack of quality maybe in the performances, or the results, of course, on the field last season, or for literally any other sporting football reason. But no, Xavi was sacked because of something he said. That he said, oh, we can't compete. You know, things are not really what they were in the transfer window when we're up against Real Madrid. Our situation is not the same as it once was. We're finding it difficult to compete in that regard. Where's the lie? What did Xavi say wrong here? Are the club not willing to accept reality? Because I understand here the feeling that, okay, at the club, we've got to try and change our situation. We've got to fight against it. We can't just accept the situation. But at the same time, don't live in a fantasy land. Do not consistently talk here and try to convince us fans that things in the transfer window can happen, that we are in this position, in this position, in this position, when actually you know these things are never going to happen. When you are talking about things that you know are simply not possible for us right now. And I think the perfect example here, guys, we've seen it already today, these Rafael Leao rumours. You've heard it in the media already today. It's everywhere. Barca are going to do everything in their power to sign Rafael Leao this summer. They're going to go into the deal. They're going to work hard on it. They're going to really try and pressure AC Milan to bring in a marquee signing. It's nonsense. It is absolute nonsense. Rafael Leao would cost at least 100 million euros. We do not have that money. And then we hear, oh, players could be included. Barca are going to do some wizardry. They're going to include a few players here and there to bring the fee down. That never happens either. Clubs are not willing to accept our players as part of a deal for somebody like Rafael Leao. It just doesn't happen. And you always notice, guys, that these kinds of rumours, they come after bad news, or after news there that has frustrated Barcelona fans here. Barca fans are angry, looking at what's happening with Gundogan, looking at the way that our summer has developed here, and now it's like the club are saying, oh look, just give them a bit of hope, give them something here to quieten them down, distract them here with this news. We can lie to them, we can outright put things in the media that aren't true, that won't happen, but they might buy it, and they might be silent for a few minutes here while we continue on with what we're doing. It is absolute nonsense, guys, and we're not standing for it anymore, because the time has to come here, and the point has to arrive, you know, in Laporta's tenure at the club, with the board that we see at Barcelona, whereby we're not falling for that anymore. We are not buying the constant talk, the constant nonsense that has come out with in the media. Things are not going well. The planning is not there. And what is happening with Gundogan and what has happened right throughout this summer, it only further highlights a problem in the Barca boardroom. So those there, guys, once again are some feelings that I did want to get off my chest, and I am feeling plenty like this recently, but please do let me know, guys, in the comments down below what you are thinking right now, looking at this Gundogan situation, looking at the way that our transfer window as a whole has played out this summer. What do you make of it? What do you make of the decisions that we are seeing from the club on a week-by-week basis? I want to know your thoughts. Let me know down below right now, and I will see you soon back on the channel with plenty more coming your way. Thank you indeed, guys, though, for the fantastic support as always. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.